You know, some people age like a fine wine, and some people age like a can of special brew left on a hot windowsill. Whichever one you are, get ready to talk about those pesky little emotions of yours, because it's time for another episode of I've Had a Rosé, Let's Talk About Feelings. Please welcome your host, Sam Lake. It was me the whole time. Start with this story, because I think it's fun. It feels so loose, like we're just having a chat. Oh my god, is there a camera?
So natural.
I was hosting a gig at a different club, and that's fine. Whatever. And there was a Tunnix caramel log on the table.
So
and
you
I
say
got
a log? How big? What do you mean?
How you know, like a Tunnix? Am I calling it the right thing? Is it a log? It is a log, isn't it?
Do you mean the wafer?
A wafer. But I thought it was called a log. It's called a log and a wafer.
So it's huge.
Well,
The way you were
it's
like, they had a Tunnix log.
It's like this.
And then how big is your dick?
Well.
I like how you're doing the girth. You're doing the whole. It's not just. It was like this is the width and also
Let's
size.
just say you need a fair few foil wrappers. It was on the table in front of them, and neither of them were eating it. And it got to like towards the end of the show, I was bringing the last act on, and it was still there. It was still there, not touched. And then I was like, "Are you not going to eat that?" And the daughter was like, "Oh, he bought it because he thinks I like them, but I don't want it." And I was like, "Can I have it?"
Yeah.
So then she was like, "Yeah, go for it." So I took it. I wasn't going to eat it on stage because
Why
that would
not?
be embarrassing.
Why?
Oh, you don't eat on camera.
To be fair, I've never seen you eat once in my life.
Maybe I don't. Which is confusing because I have such naturally large, huge jugs. But that's so on topic because I took I was like,
Stop
I'm gonna.
doing
Sorry,
this.
I took it. And I put it down my top to like say
Oh
for
my
later, you know
God.
how like
That chocolate
women
would
will
melt
put
so
money
quickly,
in their breasts.
Sam.
I put it down my top, and I wasn't wearing a particularly tight t-shirt, and caramel log just stayed in between, like
You got strong cleave.
strong cleave.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like to work out the chest area.
Yeah.
I do.
I think it shows.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I also these aren't breasts, they're pecs. So me too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Honestly,
1,000 push-ups a day.
what do you
I
lift?
know. Your dick.
No wonder the gains. Oh, we're fun. We're cheeky today, aren't we? Oh,
Because I got my legs
oh
out.
my god! You've caught us in the. You've caught us. In the
Oh, sorry. Is this recording? Oh my
It
God.
is.
Oh my
It is.
God.
Can you believe it? Listen, hi everyone. Welcome to an. Oh, it got sensual.
It got
very
ASMR.
Very yeah. Welcome to another episode of I've Had a Rosé, Let's Talk About Feelings, the show where me and a wonderful guest enjoy a beverage of their choice and talk about something that they're passionate about and find out how it connects to their feelings. Today, my guest is wonderful, Kate Hammer. Kate, how are you doing?
Lamb. I'm doing really well.
Good.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me on.
You're very welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Anything? What's going on in your life? Anything fun?
Look, I work for River City.
That's stunning.
Thank you.
Very stunning.
Sam, new resident to Scotland. Well,
Yes.
A couple years?
Well, I guess 4.
Yeah. Oh, so we've been here about the same time.
I think so. Yeah,
Have you ever watched an episode of River City?
I have.
Have you?
Yeah, because there's some bits of like Scottish TV that
Uh-huh.
I've been introduced to via my husband, who is Scottish,
Not to brag.
buying local, and you have to watch some of them to understand what they're saying sometimes.
Yeah.
So like it was River City, Still Game.
Yeah.
Still Game and Chewing the Fat.
Yeah.
There's another one and I forgot
I'm
what it
surprised
is.
you got shown River City. Because most people like know about it, but they don't.
It was like one of those things where we were flicking through the channels and River City came on,
Yeah.
and then David left it on for a little bit,
Right.
just so I could see like, oh, okay, what's going
Yeah.
on here?
Did you get sucked into any of the 6 storylines?
Well, I've watched one episode and it was that one, so no.
Well, that's why I'm here to turn it around. I work in Dumbarton, which is a pain in the ass to get to be honest. It's
Where
just
is
like-
that in relation to where we
It's
are?
west of Glasgow,
Okay.
but north of the Clyde. So yeah, you have to get it's not that bad. You can get like a 20 or 40-minute train out there. But it's like getting to the station, getting the train, and then walking to the studios. It takes like an hour and a half
It's
one
the
way.
trauma of a commute.
It's the trauma of a commute.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, BBC iPlayer, I can download things and watch them on the train.
Yeah.
But I do want to read and be a better person. But it's hard to, like, you know, get the gumption. And then sometimes you read, you meet. Sorry. There's meat.
Sometimes there's meat.
Sorry, I'm very anemic, so sometimes I just call out for what I need. You meet like a coworker on the train, and then it's like lovely to see them, but you're like, oh shit, now we have to talk for 20 minutes plus a 10-minute walk, and I don't know if I have that much like energy yet to entertain the masses.
You're just chewing on some raw ground beef the whole time.
It's hard to keep together because the ground beef, it is ground already, so it's quite crumbly, it falls around, but I have to pack it into a bit of a, just the easiest shape you would do it.
Maybe a log of some description.
Of some sort.
Yeah.
But I don't want people to know, so I put it in a Tunnix wrapper.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I get very sick a lot. I'm very ill.
Motion sickness, and I only eat uncooked beef.
But you know what? Motion sickness isn't something I don't get. People get car sick. Not for me. I'm too strong for that.
I am jealous. I'm going on a ferry for the first time in a long time on Monday.
And do you get ill? Why don't you just, like, have you tried being better? Why don't you
just die?
I mean, it's one of those things where it's so lucky because I didn't even know it was a thing until I was like 14. And my cousin said, oh, I have to sit in the front seat, otherwise I vomit. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And I just didn't know.
It's just one of those things like where there's no way I can make you experience it. You know what? I would just always think, oh, you'll be such a good astronaut.
I would.
They'll test your G-force response and you'll just be like, I feel nothing.
I actually think I would be a good astronaut because I'm stubborn as hell. Like once I was going, I like got a trainer at a gym ages ago. Not in a while. And they did like the test. They were testing me on everything. And they're like, what's your fitness level?
Yeah.
I was like, low. I don't do anything. I work. I go do other stuff, whatever.
Right.
But then when I was doing the running thing, she was like, you made it to the highest level. And I was like, that's because I will never give up. Like, I grew up with 3 older brothers. I will do it.
Maybe you're a natural athlete, though.
I don't think that's the answer.
No, I will say maybe not the last gig I saw you, but I think when you were hosting All Mouth.
Yeah.
I do remember you being on stage and you did something with your leg and I was like, wow, that is a great range of motion. And she must have some great muscles in her quadriceps to be able to support the leg at that height. I was very impressed.
I think it comes because I used to be a competitive dancer.
There we go. There we go. You have a solid base.
But that was like 12 years ago that I stopped. More than 14.
But I feel like that if you do it young, then it stays with you for a long time.
I would say I have a freakily flexible back. And I can still do the splits, and that's my party trick.
Great.
And do you know what? I should have to wait more to pull out the trick. Do you know what I mean? Like people be like, you can do the splits, and I'll be like, oh, I'm down. You know, I feel like I should leave them waiting a bit more.
Put your legs together, maybe.
For a second. I just think, it's that part of you that doesn't want attention. You should be like, no, please, it's been so long. And then you want people to keep, no, come on. But what if you go, no, and they go, okay, and they stop, and you go,
and
I could have done the splits.
You could have.
And I could have made their lives better. I could have given myself a little stretch.
Think of the surfaces that you're doing the splits on.
What do you think? You think I'm nude while doing this?
No. But like still, even through cloth, still not good.
Look at my hands. What do you think? I am nude?
I don't think it's good to like just be on the floor regardless of where the floor is. Because my party trick used to be doing the splits as well.
Let me see. How's your gut? You can do the splits.
I think at present I can
get... At the end of this, we're going to do the splits together.
I will definitely try, but you'll see it's been a while.
Okay.
So I can't... And also... Because I did the splits with Crystal not that long ago. Because Crystal Evans can do the splits as well.
God, she just is chasing every personality point I have.
Oh, it's exhausting.
Same accent. Same. She's married to a famous, very successful chef.
Yeah.
I
thought there was more coming.
I think I did the same setup as a joke I used to have where it was like, other famous Canadian comedians like Mae Martin. We're so alike,
Yeah.
They're Canadian, I'm Canadian, they're a successful comedian.
Mm-hmm. You are. No? We don't have time to address this. Sorry.
I thought you said that was a podcast about emotions. Sorry. Okay, I'll just pack that one away.
Yeah, but we can't just have full-on breakdowns.
No, I like that your first reaction was you are. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. But with...
Well, why do you deal with floors?
No, because, so what I was saying was, okay, the first thing I was going to say was that when I did the splits with Crystal was just like, oh, but look, your back leg is like turned out or something. Because I only ever did the splits in like a
She will
dancey
not let you
way.
have anything.
She won't let me have anything. Because gymnasts will do it so that their hips are parallel.
Yeah.
Which is harder.
It's
Fair
also
play to them.
bad for your body.
Well.
Yeah.
There we go.
My cousin, both
Simone
of my cousins.
Biles.
She's so short. Why do you think?
Oh,
She's
right.
amazing.
Oh, okay.
But like she,
I assume that was something to do with like the gravity.
And they have
or,
like a short span of being able to do gymnastics. So two of my cousins, I did gymnastics growing up for a brief moment. Two of my cousins were professional gymnastics. One of them was set to go to the Olympics. And then her arm muscles were so strong that they pulled off a piece of her bone.
Jesus.
And then she was like, it set her back too far, and then she was too old.
You can't come back from that.
You know, she was past 16. They're like, nah, sorry, Olympics aren't for you anymore, babe.
And they had to put her down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shotgun.
Yeah.
But it was nice. It wasn't up close. They let her be far away and just kind of. They missed a few times. It was kind of scary. They go, hey, stay still. You know, she put up a fight.
I hate it when that happens. Oh, floors are dirty was all I was gonna say. Sometimes I would come home from a night out and I've done my party trick several times.
Yeah.
And like I'll be like, why are the inside of my trousers so sticky, so dirty, so dusty?
Yeah.
And it's just because I was spreading them wherever.
I think we go to different parties.
Maybe. Maybe.
But I also think it's probably good for your health to get a little bit of dirt in you once in a while.
I do believe that. I don't believe in you know, I think
God.
No, I believe that, you know, children should be exposed to like, you know, like when people like keep their houses so clean so their children never get exposed to any illnesses or anything.
Yeah.
Like, no, you have to go out, you have to go play, you have to get like a bit of germs.
I grew up on a farm.
Of course, yes.
A cow farm, then a goat farm, and there was like a study done about farm kids, like we were horses, and they found that there's like, I probably have enough E. coli in my body that it should be lethal.
Right.
But because like if you're around manure for the first 2 years of your life, you just like your body's like, oh, you know what? I'm actually chill with this.
Yeah.
And it makes me kind of better.
I feel like this is the same approach that people take towards not taking the vaccine.
No. Oh, wait. Can you explain?
No. And I refuse to. Project 2025. Before we get too political again on this podcast, let's talk about your drink of choice.
Yes.
Very fun.
I'm loving these cups more than anything. Is this a homemade auto glass repair?
They were, frequent listeners of the show will know, these were made for as a wedding gift from people who've been guests on this show, Olga, Chloe and Hugh, and they made them. There's this one that's auto glass repair, auto glass replace, and I think it has the flag of Korea on the bottom. So that's Hugh, because he loves to tell people that he's ethnicities that he's not. Okay. And then this one is a rock and then a stick of butter on a horse. And these represent punchlines that Chloe's written has never written the setup to.
Oh, wow.
And then there's another one in the cupboard which has the GB News logo on it. And that was Olga's.
Staying at home.
It stays in the cupboard because some people don't like it.
Project 2025.
What we filled with the mug,
I'm
already drunk.
All frazzled.
I'm all frazzled.
I have chosen a Negroni.
It's a Negroni
for my drink.
Was that? Do you know the meme of the two women from Game of Thrones?
No.
The new Game of Thrones, where it's them, they're sat in front of each other doing a little press interview.
Oh.
And it's just like,
yes.
What's your drink of choice? Negroni. Spagliato.
You know, it is Negroni.
Oh.
Spagliato.
Oh, stunning.
Yes, stunning.
Yeah.
That was good. That's a bit of a throwback now.
That was a few years ago, yeah. I don't update my references.
I mean, I think I should have said Negroni Spagliato so we could have gotten some Prosecco to top these
We
up.
would have struggled. If you saw the episode with Sakisa where we tried to make her a traditional rum punch, we fucked it up so badly. To the point where we felt like we'd made some kind of like
If you can see, I don't know. It feels like a small amount, and I'm afraid. I'm afraid to drink it too quickly.
I feel like that was like an influencer thing. Like, here's this new lipstick. Here's my new blush. It's from the Bernard Matthews range. It's in the shade Ham.
Boiled or roast?
With me, roast, always. We did a roast. It was really good.
Yeah, you rightfully won. I was so...
No, but I think we were very on par.
I was punching. No.
People say to us... Well, they say...
People come up to us on the street.
They say, like, oh, yours and Kate's roast was so good.
Really?
Yes!
Thank you.
I think we did a really good job.
You did a really good job. I was like... Because yours is one where I've been like, oh, I should use that. Like, I should ask Sam to use those jokes, and then I forget to. But what was it? There was the one was like, you look like you tried to be a manic pixie dream girl, but instead you're
but you're just a nightmare goblin troll woman. Yeah.
A bipolar nightmare goblin troll.
That's the one. Yeah. We had fun, and you said something about I love to watch trash, and then I move the mirror out of the way and start watching the TV.
Yeah.
We did really good.
Really good.
We did really good. Now, why a Negroni? How does that make you feel when you're sipping a Negroni?
It makes it gives me feelings that I don't know. I was trying to be interesting for a second.
You just sort of little whale noise.
I'm not spoken to anyone else today, so I feel like it's all. You know, I like did a proper. This is the first weekend I've had like off since the Fringe, so I have not. It was like Canada Fringe, and then I was helping friends for the past 3 weeks. So this is my first. So I showered.
Oh. And you know what? You can really tell.
You can tell?
Yeah.
I shaved my armpits.
Great.
That's why I wanted to wear no pants.
Just to make it clear, we didn't ask you to do any of these things. We take people as they are.
Well, it did message me separately.
Well,
and
wax
said,
everything.
Yeah. And so don't wear pants.
Yeah.
We need you to uncross and cross your legs 3 times. We need the ratings.
She's made me get electrolysis.
Oh, really?
Over my whole body.
Has it helped?
No, it's obviously not taken. You should see the other parts of my body.
Did your body reject it?
Just
How did
rejected
that come out?
Grew more hair. Thicker. Logs of hair.
Where?
Everywhere.
Just from the nipples?
I'm sort of...
If you had 2 French braids... Oh, no, it wouldn't be French. Just 2 braids coming out of your nipples. That would be a look.
Oh, now I'm trying to think if I could actually do that.
Yeah.
No, maybe in the middle, in the cleavage.
Okay.
Something could happen.
We'll try later.
We'll try later on the after show available on Rosé Plus.
You should do that. People would be willing to do crazy things.
Yeah. Rosé Plus is a real thing, but...
Oh, sorry. I'm clearly I watch all your clips, but I have a lot of stuff going on.
I don't insist that anyone...
Can you cut this out of the podcast, please?
No, it's fine. Because when you're peers, you sort of you keep abreast of...
Can I also just say though, asking you to do the roast battle, I was nervous. I was like, oh my God, Sam's so good. Do you think he'll say yes? Because you're a professional, and I'm just like a little baby. But
what is a baby if not? Don't know where that was going.
What is a baby?
A future professional. But you're a professional now.
Thank you.
I had an ex-boyfriend. Not
Me
ex-boyfriend.
too. Not so gay.
Sorry.
Not to brag.
Sorry.
Yeah, I also.
I had an ex-boyfriend, but
Same guy, actually.
Not a boyfriend. Ned? Sorry, I shouldn't say his real name. He's not listening. It's absolutely fine. This was when I was starting comedy.
So I really cannot waste any sip of this.
Lap it up.
And you were so funny.
There's nothing more where that came from. And he would say, when I'd be like, oh, I'm doing this stand-up show. I haven't been doing it for very long. I'm not a professional or anything. And he was just like, no, if you say you're a professional, then no one can say, no, you're not.
Counterpoint. In Montreal, I had this friend who was like, I've done 2 5-minute sets now. I'm a stand-up comedian.
Were they male?
No.
Wow.
I know. That's
honestly,
the thing.
good for them.
Well, it was one of those things where then it made me think about just titles in general. I'm so interested about how we claim certain titles or identities for ourselves. Yeah. It's interesting.
It is interesting.
We shouldn't get into that. So the way Negroni makes me feel is that think it's because in Montreal, I worked at an Italian restaurant, but I also had, I had to speak French because we were in Quebec. It was in Quebec.
Right. Okay.
So I was there for 4 years, and they were it was a family-run place. I love them. Corneli's, you should go. Great. We're just shout out to Corneli's, you should go.
And if you mention you're a fan of this podcast, they'll say, that's nice. And then you'll have to pay full price plus a tip.
But it's like, then that's when I got into like Aperol Spritz and like all these kind of like Campari and soda.
Italian
like
summer kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
You like an Italian summer.
Well, it was so, because like Canada gets nice summer. So it would be beautiful days. And then people would just order like pictures of these cocktails. And I'd be like, this is fucking amazing. After shift, you'd have a Negroni and you're like, this is perfect. It just, it's so good. It's like an orange citrus. It doesn't taste alcoholic, but oh boy, is it only alcohol.
It's pretty much just that. Yeah. This is what? Did you say 17%?
21.
21.
See, I listen. Yeah.
Producer Claire is mad at me because I didn't think that her nails were real. But they are. They're just that naturally thick and glossy.
Like a doll.
Yeah.
I want to hold Claire up like. So this is actually a really fine specimen. You can see that it's very thick and glossy.
Yeah.
See how docile she is.
How are the glands?
Oh, full. Full. So yeah, it reminds me of like.
Yeah.
It feels like also like a smart. It's not like an old fashioned is for winter. I think like end of fall, winter, right?
Okay.
Because of the like, I guess like cinnamony tones.
No, I think cinnamon is a Christmas spice.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
And there is no cinnamon in an old fashioned, to be clear. Oh. But in my head.
I just went along with it.
That's very kind of you. Thank you for believing women. For once. Sorry, Claire.
I do it once a year. In the autumnal season.
You know, I've been
backfired, like it always does. Project 2025.
I'm working on a new joke where it's like, mansplaining. We've like really cracked down on that, and now people don't do it. But I don't know a lot, and I think for me personally, I would love to just bring a little bit of mansplaining back. I would love to learn from men. I'm here to absorb information. What is crypto? Like, I need a man to tell me,
I could explain if you really wanted.
No,
I have a degree in computer science, so I had to understand. I had to understand how like distributed networks and everything, how it all in a theoretical sense works. If you ask me how do I buy crypto and trade, I wouldn't know because I've never done that.
Okay.
But it's all just built on the blockchain.
See, had me until blockchain.
Okay, so
no. See, that was a trap, and you fell into it.
No,
I genuinely want to know, but I think not now.
Okay, fine. In the after show?
Yeah.
The problem is
I'll lift up my dress, and you'll talk about blockchain. And that way, it'll be like, how they keep Gen Z entertained on Reels? Like, you have a bit of a person saying information.
Like Subway
and then the
Surfers
split
underneath.
screen. Yeah, exactly. It's just like a video game. And the underneath will just be me, like, slowly, but naked. But doing this. Imagine this.
Great.
Yeah. I'm a trained dancer.
Don't you just love making content?
I love making content, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do it enough.
Making enough content.
I don't make enough content.
I don't think any of us feel like we are.
I know, but I'm ready to make this year the year of online sketches.
Great. You make great sketches.
I know, but I need to lower their quality so I can make more.
That's definitely the way to do it. Yeah.
Look, I've had a meeting with my marketing team, which is this guy. And I said, bitch, you got a phone. And wigs. I have so many wigs.
Oh, see, you need that.
That was the hardest thing to move over from Canada, was the amount of dress-up costume wear I have. One of the things was all the caveman. Fake fur takes up a lot of space.
Yeah, it's a dense fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But fun fact, if you cut off the sleeves and then put them on your legs, it looks like you have caveman shirt and leg warmers.
So ingenious.
Yeah, which I think is like more believable than just a jacket.
Yeah.
Because caveman wouldn't wear a jacket.
They wouldn't.
No.
They didn't have zippers.
I think they probably would have had buttons.
Do you think?
If not ties. You could tie it up. You can tie it
a fastener of some kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just, what's really in right now? Open.
What? It is open, isn't it?
Yeah.
having a nice shirt
jacket.
but wearing it like just no
Open.
buttons up. Yeah.
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 I think if we went back in time to the cavemen, we would have been like, oh. I couldn't. Oh, damn. Oh, wow.
The
Og
fashion.
is it? And then he would kill us with a stick. But we would go, oh, this is interesting.
Is that spear Michael Kors? Oh my god.
Oh my God, Og, you are so skinny. Are you on Ozempic? And before he bashed our skulls in violently.
I've seen this in the full 4 BC collection, spring, summer.
And then-
you don't have spring or summer yet.
And then, like,
it was-
5,000 years later, our skulls would be found, and they'd be like, wow,
Yeah.
they must have fought in a terrible battle.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, 2 gays
2 gay
fell for a
cavemen.
fashion trap. Oh.
And that, in short, is how a Negroni makes you feel.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people say, like, the drink reminds them of a place or a time.
Montreal,
Yeah.
2018.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that is interesting given the topic that you've brought to talk about.
Yeah. Is it?
Well, I guess, so we're thinking of, like, a specific time, specific location.
Yeah.
And in my mind, that sort of plays into the narrative of the Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes.
Was there a reason that you wanted to talk about the planet? Is this your favourite film?
Most recently, yes.
Is it a recent
And look,
obsession?
when I say film, it's a whole franchise, right?
Yes.
I'm speaking about the most recent trilogy, not the most recent film, which is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I'm
Okay.
halfway through it. I stopped. I'm not a big fan.
Okay.
The recent trilogy, even of which the first one I would also kind of knock off. That's not what I'm here for.
So
That's
the
the James
original
Franco one. The original
right.
ones with Hella Bonham Carter. What's her name?
Is Helena Bonham Carter
Helena
in
Bonham Carter. I knew there
Is
was
she
an
in
A.
Planet of the Apes?
The originals.
No.
Can you
Is she
Google
really?
it? Because
In the first remake with Mark Wahlberg. She'll be in that
Oh,
one.
that one.
but not in the originals
look,
in like the
there's
70s.
it's been going. Yeah, exactly. I've not ventured there yet.
I only remember 2 things from like the original Planet of the Apes. The original ones.
I just know Helena Bonham Carter wore an ape
What are
suit.
you, what are
for
you
sure.
showing George a picture of, Claire?
Ape suit Helena Bonham Carter. You're gonna flash this up for that.
Oh my god!
I know, doesn't she? Isn't she like serving cunt?
It's a cunty little monkey.
Yeah.
She was in the 2001 movie.
2001.
Yes, okay, so I remember
And honestly,
that.
it should look better for 2001. I'll say that much.
Well, I mean, I don't think that looks bad.
It's because they decided to go practical. And
Okay.
and she's got like
You're really doing her dirty.
no. These are the promo for the film shots. They're like these are what we're proud of.
Why is she wearing what looks like sort of like a blazer?
Because she is.
She's blazing?
Yeah, she's like Anna. Who's that?
Anna Nicole Smith?
No, the like fashion magazine editor.
Oh, Anna Wintour.
Yeah, she's Anna Wintour of the Apes. Not seen the film, but I think that's what.
Bananas for summer. How groundbreaking.
and then they smash your skull in with a stick. And always, because to me, do you know that tweet where it's like, if E.T. came to me when I was a kid, me and my friends would have beat him with hammers, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, it's just one of my favorite because it's just,
Yeah.
kids are fucking shitty. How many other ETs came down and were just beaten? They were like, E.T.
And E.T. famously played by Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah. There she was really serving cunt.
So I'm only aware. I think I know 2 references
Okay.
of Planet of the Apes.
Give me.
None of the modern ones. Original trilogy.
Oh.
It's the first one is like him seeing the Statue of Liberty and realizing that it was Earth the whole time.
Yes. I know about this.
Yes. Okay.
And there's kind of a full circle element to the franchise in total.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. And then there's another one, I think in the original trilogy, where some of the monkeys have gone back. No, yeah, they've gone back in time to when humans were still in control.
Oh.
And they've got them in like a thing and they're doing tests on them. And so they hang like a banana from the ceiling and give the monkeys like ways of getting to the banana.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, they're not doing it. I don't understand why they're not just like using the tools and getting the banana. And then one of them builds like a set of stairs reaches a banana, but then just sits down and says and doesn't touch it. And then they're like, why isn't she just getting the banana? And she just looks at them and goes, because I loathe bananas. And I just remember that. I think that was
That
my
was
first.
very Anna Wintour.
I think that was my first ever example of someone serving cum
I will on a fucking plate.
on a plate. Yeah.
I should watch the originals. Okay, I'm quite new to this. So in the beginning of the year, like January, February, I went down to work on EastEnders. And so I was put up in a hotel. And so I was watching a lot of like linear television, right? Like not just on streaming.
Yeah.
And so I was like flipping through, and then I like come across film 4. There's this monkey strapped to a board.
What?
A monkey strapped to a board, and there's all these monkeys in prison, and and I was like immediately, and I'm not like an action film
Planet
person.
of the Apes.
Yeah,
Oh, right. It's like,
it's not a documentary.
I thought you meant you saw this in real life.
No, I was watching TV.
You were at the zoo.
And I was like so immediately taken in. It was just such good storytelling. I was in awe. I was like, oh my God. And I watched like an hour of it until 1 a.m. and I was like, I need to go to bed. Because, Phil Mitchell ain't going to write himself. Stupid. I have like a cramp from laughing so much.
Listen, my son's gay. And I'm
And
all right
deaf.
with that now. He's gay, deaf, his
And he's in
eyesight's
prison.
not perfect.
If you could push him down, you would real easily. I like to judge people on how easily. Anyway, so you go, and I was like so hooked, and I like texted my friend. I was like, "What was this? Like, what I need to like? I'm sure it was Planet of the Apes, but which one? Like, it was amazing.
Oh, right,
Because I just had
okay.
no interest. I was like, Planet of the Apes, not for me. So he was like, okay, we figured out. I was watching the third part of that like kind of 2011 trilogy. So the first one is Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and that's with James Franco. We don't need to watch that. It's
No.
good. And in that one, they like note in the news like there's a spaceship taking off, which then circles back to those original one of
Got
Batman
it.
landing, blah blah blah. But there's the main ape is Caesar.
Yeah.
And then he's kind of like this thing that makes him smart, makes all these humans more primitive. And then like I think it's 10 years later, the next film, and this was when Matt Reeves, the director, comes in. And
Okay.
and he just like brings this like amazing wealth of like energy, and it just feels so real, and it's a Greek tragedy. It is. They don't need it to be that good. We would watch monkeys on a screen physically fighting. We would
Yeah.
do it. We do it on
We
YouTube
would.
all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey.
But like I just wouldn't think that I would get so excited about a film, and then like that has a moment where there's an ape riding a horse with a machine gun in his hand,
That's
jumping over
fascinating.
a line of fire, flames, horse, monkey, and I was like, yeah! Like I felt like I was a teenage boy ready to come for the first time. Like I felt that, right?
What does that feel like?
I don't know. It was that. I was just so, I felt like I was brought back to a primitive place of just like, this is what film should be.
Could you imagine if you were the person and who was like, Planet of the Apes, the new. It was actually my idea to put the monkeys on a horse.
I would be like, lie down.
Yeah.
I'm taking care of you.
And where do you keep all 18 of your Oscars?
I actually don't know if it won anything. So that, the Dawn, it goes Rise, Dawn, War. And you remember it because the sun has to rise for it to be dawn, and then there was war.
Yeah, okay.
And then the newest one is Kingdom. And I don't want to talk about Kingdom because it's a different director, and it visually looks great. It looks great. It's shot really well, but they just like, it's like 300 years in the future, and this human still is wearing like Primark clothes. And she's really pale, and I'm like, I think she would be in the sun, and I think she would have no real clothes.
Interesting.
I think the clothes would be gone now.
What century would this be in? 22nd?
2400.
Okay. So in the future, clothes no.
These humans are primitive now.
Oh,
They
okay.
role reversed, yeah.
So they don't see anything wrong with just it all being out.
Well, you do see they have loincloths and the other humans, but this one human that they follow, she's probably smarter and was probably immune, whatever. But I'm like, I still don't think she just has like some stringy hair. And I'm like, I think after 300 years of losing all human stuff, you would probably have like matted hair or you'd put it up because if you're a bit smart, you would wear a high ponytail.
They don't
or
have-
a low pony. It looks bad, but you could wear it.
They don't have herbal essences.
No tears. What is it? The Baby Johnson? I don't know.
Oh, no, herbal essence is the one where you have an orgasm in the shower.
Oh, and lots of tears. on
Lots
that
of
one.
tears.
Cry,
Yeah, because it's such a release.
And you're so confused about what's going on. And you've just watched Planet of the Apes.
So you have all these
He's had a
feelings.
sexual awakening.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rise of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War for the Planet of the Apes. Matt Reeves did both of them, and he co-wrote the second one. And it's just like, it's a Greek tragedy. And it's just like, I just got obsessed with them. I just couldn't stop talking about them. And some people were like, oh, you have ADHD, or is this, you're also like hyper focusing, and I know I'm like,
But I think that's not, this is like
this
an
is the thing.
obsession, not a hyper focus.
This is the thing. Well, yeah, exactly. But also when people are like, oh my God, I'm so autistic, I can't, this is my special interest. I'm like, you're also allowed to like things, just like as a human.
You can have
just
a passionate,
you can just like
have
things
a passion
lot.
project. Yeah.
And that's fine. So this is my non-autistic. I don't know why I brought that up.
This is my hobby.
I can't help but get
Parentheses,
political.
non-autistic.
Yeah. I've been tested, and she said I scored high, but not high enough to be diagnosed.
Oh, okay. How did that make you feel?
I was like, look, as long as I got one of them, as long as I'm ADHD rich, I'm plentiful in problems.
You've got all of the fruits life has
as
to
long as my
offer.
mom doesn't believe that I have ADHD, then I'm fine.
Just making the syrup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so in love with this movie that like I will I'll start talking to friends about it when they're over, and then I go, you know what? Why don't I just put it on? And I make my people
And you bring
watch
them
it.
in.
On my birthday, I put it on. I was so tired, I fell asleep. But I made my friends, and I would just
Because you're
kind of
so
waking
familiar
up and
with
be
it.
like,
Yeah.
here's the, and I would tell them why it's important and very good, actually.
Yes.
And even if they didn't like it, I would tell them why they're wrong about not liking it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's there's such good films.
But what's the hit rate when you introduce somebody to this film that you really enjoy?
They love it.
100% of the time?
I've not heard anyone say otherwise. Do I scare them? Potentially. when I start watching Planet of the Apes, I get really into it. I'm very excited.
Okay.
And like it's just like it's this beautiful, like, simple storyline between Caesar and Koba, who all like have similar goals, but they want to do it in different ways because
Right.
Koba was tested on by humans and is like, he wants to punish humans for being so cruel to him.
Yeah, okay.
And other monkeys. And Caesar is like, but harming humans is not going to help. Like, ultimately, we just have to, like, let go and live side by side. But Koba
Yeah.
has this revenge he wants to pay. So it's like these two, like, and it is a real moral conundrum. While watching it, you feel like you're like, I get
Yeah.
you've been hurt and you want to, like, it's not right. And you want payback, but then they challenge each other and it's this, like, rise, it's beautiful. And then there's a spoiler. This beautiful, should I tell you or no?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not going to watch that unless you tell me I have to.
You have to!
At gunpoint.
Okay, but there's like this moment where then they fight, but then Caesar grabs Koba and he's like about to fall off this huge fucking thing, and
Yeah.
he's got him. And there's this moment where you go, is Caesar going to live up to his own, like, moral ideology of being like, we have to be nice to each other, we can't kill anyone?
Yeah.
Or does he kill Koba because Koba's keeping on being a real nuisance? I'll tell
Yeah,
you that
look
much for free.
past.
And he lets go and drops Koba. And it's this, like, huge, and you know he's affected by it. It's just so emotional and
But he
good. And
chose to let go.
And he chose to let go, and they go ape strong together. And it's just, I cried. Monkeys on horse. Machine gun. I'm crying. I'm so emotionally moved. And, like, I just, like, and then the second one, oh my God, it's just so good. Woody Harrelson's involved.
Oh my goodness.
I know. It's like, honestly, they just do everything so well. And like the evolution, I think, of like apes gaining more what we would call intelligence, because I don't want to be so like rude about intelligence.
Apes? Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
apes. But well, yeah. Anyway, and they like use like ASL, Ape SL, as I call it.
Is that really what it is?
Well, they have like sign language,
Oh,
and then there's
cool.
subtitles, and they do speak some English words, but there's just like this mix, and so like the dialogue is so short but so effective. It's like a masterclass in screenwriting and being effective, and it looked so good, and it was all physical, like motion acting. Andy Serkis, oh my God, if I could kiss him on the mouth, like he's amazing.
You wouldn't know where to kiss him because he's always in a mocap
Can
suit.
you do a Gollum impression?
Oh, that ring looks nice. Oh, that's a bit of me. Where'd you get that from? QVC.
I was
oh,
a
that's
part.
nice.
I was a part of like an interview thing where you had to pitch something, like an idea to make something into a comedy, and I pitched, what if Gollum was a gossip? And it was just like, Frodo, you would never believe. So Sam has a huge crush on you, and oh my God, I shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have said anything. And then he scurries away and is like,
I don't know. Sometimes you ever just think like, what if I just like kept the ring?
yeah.
And all of it's am I bad?
Am I crazy?
Are we being bad? Let's be bad.
I asked my other friends who only agree with me, and I didn't tell them what I did, but they said that you're wrong. And you should give me the ring, actually. I could just hold it for a second. Actually, you're a slut. And that's what Gollum and...
That's what Lord of the Rings was missing. Not enough of them calling each other sluts.
Yeah.
Gandalf, where have you been, you big slut?
You horny bitch.
Oh, Gandalf the White. I wonder why you're white. Anyway.
Chlamydia medication.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yes.
Pale.
Yeah. So it sounds like the Planet of the Apes is like a real piece of inspiration for you.
Inside of all of us, there are two apes.
Koba
Yes.
and
Caesar. It's like you can pick, and it's just like this, it's beautiful. It's so engaging. And again, I cannot stress this enough. I am not the person to like these movies. So I was so surprised at how like drawn in and incredible. Like we don't have this kind of storytelling that's like truly tragic, like a grand epic journey tragedy that has all these side stories that then come together, and all these characters have these arcs. Sorry, I'm getting carried away. And like to the point where I'm so obsessed with them that like at my job, we like got given this like task for this writing workshop that pitch a movie in 2 minutes as if it wasn't made that you were pitching. So say it was like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and you would kind of give a summary of the movie and try and sell it, right? Like pitching a story.
Okay.
And everyone else very smartly chose rom-coms, which is great because it's two main characters, a simple story to tell.
Yeah.
And, like, you can add some like, little details, but, like, we know, great, they're going to end up perfect. I chose War for the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
So while everyone else is, like, doing pitches of Ghost, and they're like, and he's a ghost, and he makes the pottery behind her, I'm, like, on my chair being like, it's a monkey with a machine gun! And I'm, like, acting it out. I'm like, and then Koba goes, boo! And, like, I'm so into it because
and then someone at the back is like, but where are the horses?
With the horses, it's through everything. What do you mean, where are the horses? Oh, and Ghost?
No.
That's what killed Patrick Swayze, actually. Was a monkey on a horse.
If Patrick Swayze in Ghost was actually just the ghost of a nice horse.
With his hooves around and just destroying the pottery.
And
like,
the clay,
fuck!
it's just never getting to the pot because he just keeps smushing it with his hoof.
Yeah.
So do you feel like Planet of the Apes inspires all of the other work that you do? Because sometimes people have, I don't mean like, oh, I've got to make the next Planet of the Apes, but I feel like a lot of people who have like artistic jobs, they have like a piece of work in their heads that are like, oh, if I ever made something of that
cannot
level.
stress this enough. There's no way for me to get a hint of the Planet of the Apes into River City.
You never know. Someone could be like, oh, have you seen... Well, that vet's just moved in. Have you seen... There's a lot of noise coming out of his basement. Should we maybe look into that? And then someone else is just like, I'm sure it's nothing, and I can't do that right now. I'm too busy.
Two episodes later.
Looking after this river in this city that we call River City.
It's part of Glasgow.
Right.
Okay. And then 2 episodes later, there's just and then a monkey escapes and bites the lead.
Yeah.
And then okay, great. Yeah, I would love to. I mean, I think I'm inspired by like the commitment to the language, the evolution, the detail, the writing, like the character moments are so good. I feel like in this new kingdom of the Planet of the Apes,
Boo.
it's just like you can tell that like the research and the consistency of how language would have developed over 300 years is not
Right.
like it just takes you out immediately, and this dialogue is not consistent, it's not good, it's not character driven, it's solely plot driven. So I don't
Right.
feel for the characters. So if something bad happens to them, I'd go, okay, yeah, that would suck to have your dad killed in front of you, I guess, you know. Like, I guess if I would put myself in your situation, like, I guess that would suck. But, like, you don't feel it because you don't care for the characters as much. And in those, the the Dawn and the War of the Planet of the Apes, those two films are so good. Like, Steve Zahn is in War for the Planet of the Apes. You know Steve Zahn?
Not personally. Or at all.
He's, I feel like he's like this, like, the side guy in so many 90s rom-coms. Can you look up Steve Zahn?
Zahn?
Steve Zahn. Zahn.
That is how I thought it would be spelled. I just want everyone to know that.
Are you in Mensa?
I did apply to be in Mensa
Shut
when I
up.
was younger.
They
No,
say
I was a
fuck
few
off?
points off.
How many?
I got like 131.
Steve Zahn.
Oh, okay.
Right, he's, like,
Yeah.
He plays a character called Bad Ape.
Oh.
He wears a little puffy vest.
Is he like Bad Bunny?
Oh, he's fucking amazing. He's so funny. He's like the comedic relief where they're just like, at first you think he's a danger, and then he's just like, he's clearly come from a zoo somewhere and he's been living alone and he's like shedding hair and he's so sad, but he's just like, what's the deal with airplane food? Like, he's so funny. He's just like the perfect, like, oh my God, it's such a, like, you have the range of characters that's needed. It's fantastic.
Do they have airplanes in the films?
No.
No. So no
He
one
didn't
understands
actually
his
say that,
references.
but-
Oh, okay, right.
But I'm trying to like sum up his vibe for you because like
'Kay.
I would have to go too into detail. And I need you to watch these films. Because the thing is, when you watch it, you'll go, that was amazing. You will.
But what if I don't?
Then I owe you 10 pounds. You got to be honest though.
Okay, fine. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't watch the new one.
Send me the names of the ones that I'm supposed to watch. Rise and Dawn.
Dawn and War.
Dawn and War.
Yeah. Which is what I'm going to name my children.
Dawn and War. I
They're
actually would
both male.
I prefer the name War to the name Rise.
Yeah.
I don't like Rise.
Why not? You could call it Rye for short.
No.
My little Rye guy.
No, because if everyone called him like Rye, then people would assume it's short for something else, like Ryan, Rylan.
Oh, do you not like Rylan? Is that where this is coming from?
I feel like people would just think it's like Ryan Clark.
Do you think Rylan is like taking up some of your
No, I
niche?
think he's Rylan. He is all of Ryan.
His
He is
teeth
the
scare
entity
me.
of Rylan. Well, they're large. And I think part of the teeth thing is
Yeah.
that it's because in Britain,
Yeah.
we keep it natural.
Yeah.
And
His
then
are
when
not natural.
And then when you watch like an episode of Married at First Sight and you see people who've got the teeth and you're just like, but you must be able to understand. It does not look, there are foreign bodies in your mouth.
Apparently.
There are foreign bodies in the mouth.
Dentist said I had too much tartar. Apparently that's a good thing. Do you know that apparently on the newest Married at First Sight, a guy put in a set of fake
Oh
teeth.
yeah, no, I'm watching this new. I love Married at First Sight.
I
I'm
love
watching,
it.
Yeah.
It's so good. It does, like, there's some stuff where you're like, God, you're making drama out of nothing.
I will say, sorry, I know this isn't Planet of the Apes, but they just seem to have got a few guys and they've paired them up with a woman they knew from the beginning they wouldn't find attractive. And then
Don't like that.
And then the next few days, they'll still go on the honeymoon because they want the exposure
Yeah.
and they want the trip and they want the whatever. But it's just them eventually, the woman is just going like, okay, do you not find me attractive? And they go like, no, because I don't like the shape of your body, I don't like the colour of your hair, and I don't like your face.
But also, sorry, do you really need to marry someone based on the color of their hair?
No.
These
but
guys need some slapping of the mind.
they are bad men. But also,
Yeah.
there was
They
one
wanted drama. The
they
show
want
wanted
drama. And there was one guy who, like, they said to him afterwards, once they got married, like, what do you think of her? And he was just like, she's very beautiful, but she looks exactly like my sister. And I was just like, do you know what? Fair.
Yeah.
That's hard to get over.
But is your sister good looking?
Yeah.
Then I don't see the problem. I honestly don't see the issue there.
Okay.
Because it's not your sister.
All right.
I don't have a sister. This isn't an issue for me.
No, I don't have a sister either, but he does.
Yeah.
And now his wife also
I
looks
think
like his
this
sister.
guy has secretly been attracted to his sister the entire time, and now he's freaking out about it.
Well, no, because see, then what happened when they were on the honeymoon is that he changed the story and was just like, yeah, normally I go for more petite women. And it's like, as soon as they say the word petite, and then you're just like, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
You're a little bag of marbles.
Yeah.
A little bag of marbles that someone would leave on the shelf.
My coworker bought like a rag magazine, just trash magazine the other
Yeah.
day. And I was looking through it, and there's this woman, her fiance, was like, I can't get married to you 5 months before the wedding, but everything was already paid for. So she still went on the hen do. It was a trip to Mexico, and she met her now new husband there.
Okay.
But she was like, oh my God, I found someone more attractive and tall, dark, and handsome. And I looked at the photo, and I was like, okay.
That's
It's an
interesting.
interesting definition of more handsome and tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah.
He's Canadian, so I can say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
He lives in Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he's Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, he looks fine, but goddamn, I hope he has a good personality on him. But I'm pansexual, so I don't want to kiss someone unless I like
Yeah,
their
fair.
personality. I never gotten the type thing. Because I've
No,
never gone after
me
someone
either,
for
actually.
their type
No,
where it's
no,
like,
no.
oh yeah, I like if they're tall or short. I don't care.
Yeah.
If you make me laugh and are silly in the right way, I'll just be like, my God, I'll take you now.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I think personality goes a long way.
Yeah.
If you can make me
It
laugh.
goes all the way.
If you are a nice person.
With this guy.
Huge log of a cock. Then
An absolute tonnage cake log of a cock. Yeah, that doesn't hurt. But sometimes it does.
Oh, but it does. Oh, honey. So bringing it back to Planet of the
Yeah. Yeah.
To sum up your feelings, if we were to do say I was about to say to you, hey,
Yeah.
we're about to go to a cute little screening in a nice cinema
Yeah.
of Dawn and War
Yeah.
of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
How is that making you feel?
Really happy, really content,
Joyful.
at ease, joyful.
Do you
I
find
would say
is
who
it
else can we invite? Can we make this little party?
make it a thing because you like to bring people into
And
it?
I love a collaboration, a meeting of minds, if you will. Yeah,
Lovely.
yeah.
Lovely.
I could watch them 3 times more.
And then after that,
And then
Done.
a lot of movies I've seen this,
yeah, I used to watch Mrs. Doubtfire on VHS over and over again.
Yeah.
And then eventually I didn't do that.
Exactly.
But I would still like to watch it.
Yeah.
But maybe once every couple of years.
But Robin Williams,
Yeah.
good.
Yes. Oh, okay. I wondered where that was going.
No, very good.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
He went full.
No, you were about to say something and you turned to the camera to say it as well.
I'm unsure whether or not we should acknowledge the other people in the room.
Oh, they're here.
Robin Williams went full bit. He went full
Committed.
hard. He committed to the bit.
He did
And
commit.
I love the way you're doing this. It's so smooth and
just try and
a
not-
little bit scoliosis of you.
And I've actually never been tested. So
Maybe you have a high score, but not high enough.
I'm not
You're
rudely
interesting, but not that.
I'm not rudely getting out my phone because I've lost interest in the conversation.
No, that's okay.
It's time for the final bit of the show.
Okay.
Lovely chatting. Love the Negroni. Love hearing about Planet of the Apes
Yeah.
and its meaning to you. We have one thing that we do with all of the guests.
Yes.
And it is called Quickfire Feelings.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've got 5 random things. I'm just going to say them to you and you tell me how they make you feel.
Okay.
And the first thing is, and we ask this to everybody, so we're doing sort of research on this. How do you feel about dark chocolate?
Love it.
You're in the love it camp.
Yeah.
It has been pointed out to me when a guest says they love the dark chocolate, I sort of go like, and do you know what? I accept that. Because I'm very
Well, what
anti-dark
percentage are you
chocolate.
talking about?
The a great point, well made.
Like 70%? That's
I
fine.
mean, 70, I can get a...
Ugh.
It's that 90% is like, now you're doing it to be obnoxious.
Yeah, you're saying, well, it's good for my health. I'll have it with a glass of red wine.
But
like,
it's
enjoy life.
not. It's not good for your health.
Yeah.
In the same way that, like, methadone is good for your health if you're already addicted to heroin.
I've never tried it. I come from I'm just on heroin doing splits, French braiding your chest hair. Oh, it's gonna be a hell of a time.
Oh, it's going to be lit.
One problem with my hair being this length is it always kind of flops back over, and I feel like Michael McIntyre because I'm like, oh boy. So that's why I obsessively put it back.
I can see you hosting the wheel. Anyway, how do you feel about being very demure, very mindful?
Well, okay. My first thing is I support this. My second thing is well, it's sad because it was trademarked by someone else, and I just lost.
But I think she managed to work her way around it.
The loss of faith in humanity of being like,
You
oh, I'm sorry, you
can't-
can't say a phrase because someone else wanted to. Oh my God, just let
know.
art be art.
I know, but you can't. But it happened to all of the Viners. Do you remember Vine?
Yeah.
All of the little
I
things
watch the
that they
Vine
said.
compilations now on Instagram
So,
Reels.
yeah, same. Can't get
I'm a
enough.
millennial.
But someone would just like go to all of the Vines and make like merch out of popular sayings from Vine. And then the
God.
people who came up with those sayings were like, can we have that money? Because
Yeah.
we made the Vine.
Yeah.
And now I think they like just, if they want to, they can just make their own version of whatever
Yeah.
the merch is and then they get the money.
Yeah.
So there's ways around it. But she did get,
Good.
she got it.
Good.
How do you feel about just a humble plain cheese sandwich?
How many cheese?
How many cheese? Just the one cheese.
How thick?
Do you know what? I'll let you determine the thickness.
Then yeah. Am I allowed to grill it? Grilled cheese?
Well, see, then we're really talking about a cheese toasty.
Okay.
And then we're getting into something else.
Look, I love cheese.
Okay.
My body needs cheese.
Yeah.
My friends have been concerned about how much dairy I was intaking. I went to the
Okay.
doctor. I got a cholesterol test. I told him
Really?
how much cheese I was eating. And he said, that sounds concerning. But when I look at your numbers, your cholesterol's fine, which is surprising because by what you've told me, it should be worrying.
And as you've been talking, there are baby bells falling out of your mouth.
You think these are real? They're just 2 rounds of
Two
camembert.
Edams.
So I love cheese anything. Cheese sandwich, yeah, fantastic. It's not enough protein to fill me, but oh my God, is that a great
No,
aperitif?
it's a little snack.
Yeah.
A little snack, a little
snack.
cheesy snack.
And if you can grill it,
That's something else, though. It is something else. It is.
it's
It
the same
just is.
ingredients. It's the same ingredients. You're literally not adding anything else except for some heat.
Oh, okay. I mean,
So I don't mean to start a fight.
Taylor Swift and Pavarotti are both singers. They're not the same, though, are they?
Is Pavarotti the grilled cheese?
I think they're both. They're both, and they're
You do
both.
not want the Swifties against you.
They're both a cheese sandwich, and they're both grilled cheese, and they're also neither of those things.
Okay. Well, your metaphor has completely fallen apart.
Much like a plain cheese sandwich, ungrilled. How do you feel about the Pied Piper of Hamelin?
Is he real? Look, I love to be loved. I love to be wanted. And if someone is going to try and get me on board, baby, I'm coming. An Instagram ad can target me once. I will not listen. It can target me 2 times. I'm buying it.
The Pied Piper of Hamelin was not putting out Instagram ads for children. It's not that easy.
He would in modern day.
In modern days, maybe, but that's a high... We're talking about a high click
But
to...
what was
you know-
Instagram back then? The side pan flute. What was he
Was it?
playing? Yes. Do, 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 do. I'd be like, hell yes, this is my fucking tune. Follow that guy. Yeah.
All right. You'd have gone in with him.
Look, if I'm being honest, yes.
Okay.
I do have my mother instilled in me a very deep fear of strangers. So, like, also, if I'm being honest, no. I'd probably do it for the intention.
Okay, you would get a lot.
Missing posters. Like, I'd be like, enough to go out, and then I'd be like, actually, this is getting kind of creepy, and I'd veer off. And then I just wait until it was like kind of bubbling. And then I'd
Yes.
come back and I'd say, I escaped, you know. And
Oh,
I said, boys cried wolf too many times.
And then we're talking a
They
book deal.
beat me with sticks.
We're doing a book deal, we're talking a podcast.
Yeah,
Probably a run on Strictly Come Dancing.
100%.
Yeah. Okay, fun. Finally, how do you feel about the Arc de Triomphe?
I just saw it last weekend, actually.
Did you actually?
I was in
Really?
Paris. Oui.
Oh, she was in Paris.
Yeah.
El Parle Français over here.
Bah oui.
Mais ouais.
Mais je parle québécois, alors c'est stupide. It really is. The Quebecois accent is like, what? Yeah. The Arc de Triomphe, that was made for Napoleon, right?
Sure. If it wasn't, I'm sure he could have one if he wanted it.
Yeah, I think it was. It was like for his funeral or something. Or like Victor Hugo or something.
Hugo Victor or Victor Hugo or Napoleon. Or that guy from Planet of the Apes, Bad Ape.
Steve Zahn?
Yeah.
Oh my God. If Steve Zahn gets his funeral procession is through the Arc de Triomphe.
The Zahn de Triomphe. They rename it for one day.
That would be amazing. Look, I like it. It's quite nice looking up the Champs-Elysees and seeing it. But also, real crazy roundabout.
Yeah.
It's like 10 lanes of traffic. Not okay.
No.
Do I like the French in general?
That's not quite the net
I think
that
that's where
we're
you were
casting.
getting to. I think that's like what this answer would speak to.
It's interesting that you've taken it there.
All I'm saying is that I visited with my friends, and one of them is a wheelchair user, and we did a little boat on the Seine night tour. They were trying to get back to our hotel, and the Paralympics were doing extra events, which closed off this whole section of Paris, and we couldn't get any bus or any accessible transit back to our hotel because it was all closed to cabs as well.
Yeah.
And so it was just a weird thing that the Paralympics made it less accessible for wheelchair users to get around Paris. So I think if you look into that you'll find your answer there.
I'll go look. I'll go look. Thank you very much for being on the podcast. Would you fancy sticking around for the after hours?
Hell yes.
Oh my God, fun. Well, if you'd like to watch us on After Hours, you can subscribe to Rosé Plus. Details of how to do that are in the link below. Before we let you go for the main podcast, is there anything you'd like to plug to the listeners?
Oh, I'm around. If you follow me, I'm getting around, trying to one tonics log at a time. If you follow me at Kate the Hammer, then
Lovely.
you can come along.
For your low quality sketches, but there'll sure be a lot of them now.
Trust me, they'll be getting lower. No bar too low. That's what Kate Hammer says.
What if horses wore silly hats? You can have that one for free.
Thank
Put
you.
that in one of your little skits.
I will.
Lovely. You can follow the show at I've Had a Rosé, and we'll see you again for another episode very soon. Goodbye.